How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's Moses here with his favorite co-host, Isaiah Gessner.
What's up, everybody?
And we got another heater for y'all today. We another plug real quick. We posted on our social medias. So if you don't follow us over there, go do that. Twitter, Instagram. We asked for some hot takes from our viewers, and we got a lot of questions from you guys. So we're excited for this video. We got some pretty insane takes, I think. Some pretty blasphemous takes, I think. So Zay, we ready to jump on into this one?
Let's jump right into it, and we're starting off hot. One that me as a Packers fan and you as a New England Patriots fan, who obviously has a lot to discuss here. Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback ever. This comes from our friend Caleb. What have you got?
Well, Caleb, I just want to start this off by saying to you that I think Aaron Rodgers is an amazing quarterback, top 5, might be top 3, depending on what day I wake up. But greatest quarterback ever, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
This answer, I don't care what team you support. I don't care if you don't know football. You should know this answer. It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He has more Super Bowl rings than franchises, every franchise in the NFL. Tom Brady is at the top of the list. That is unheard of in any sport ever.
Yep.
That isn't a thing. So obviously rings aren't everything.
Of course.
But you can also look at it this way. You break Tom Brady's career into 2 different careers. He's a Hall of Famer in both.
Yep. You could honestly do thirds.
You could do 3.
And he's probably an MVP 3 times, or not an MVP, but a Hall of Famer 3 times.
Dang near. But no, 2 it's for sure. So
yes.
And obviously bad losses. Eli Manning owns Tom Brady. I'll admit it. He cooked us in the Super Bowl. He cooked us in 2008 when we were undefeated. It hurt. But even the top dogs, sometimes they fall. Philly special. They got us, man. That was a tough Super Bowl to watch. But 28-3. We got a couple other things. We got some things on our plate that we've done that I think kind of evens it out. So the short answer, I should say, is Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback, greatest player ever. That is my answer. That is my take. Zay, follow it up.
Amazing points.
Thank you.
And let me just say right out the gate, I agree. I think let me just before I even
let's not no cliffhangers.
No cliffhanger. I agree with Moses. Now I think this take is more interesting if you say Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback ever. Maybe there's a discussion. I would be willing to have that. Yeah, he has scrambling ability. Still, like that's not he's mobile, which is something that obviously Brady is not. He doesn't need to be. He has incredible mechanics and incredible arm. But in terms of greatest QB ever, it's not a debate. 1 Super Bowl ring, 2 all of the 7 that Mr. Tom Brady has. And the next and last point I wanted to say, I respect this hot take. The issue is football is a black and white GOAT debate. The GOAT is Brady. There is no debate on at least on the offensive side of the football. Who it is. Basketball's fun because you get the MJ camp, you get the Bron camp, you get some Kareem people, you get some Bill Russell people, you get some Kobe people. But football,
it doesn't really fall that the cookie doesn't crumble that way normally.
So I love the take. I respect it, but
I can respect it.
Fully disagree, and this is coming from a Packers fan. So
it's valid. But no, your point of talent, though, if it was talented, I would. That's a definite debate. I think
totally. We move on now, unless you have anything else you'd like to add.
That's all I had.
Okay. To another Caleb take. 2 bangers. We had to include them both.
Great, Caleb. They're both great takes, but sorry, Zay. Let me. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit.
I love it because there's a lot to unpack. Kobe Bryant is not, I repeat, not a top 5 all-time player. Obviously, the late, great Mamba, one of the greatest offensive players ever, one of the greatest competitors in history. Not even sports, but historically an elite competitor. Mo, dude, what's your take here?
I love Kobe Bryant. I respect Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up watching him. The rivalry was awesome.
Of course.
The nostalgia's there. To me, he is not top 5 all time.
Wow.
Easily top 10. Easily top 10. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Okay.
He could be top. I have it on here. Larry Bird and Kobe are close for 5 for me.
Okay.
But my top 5 consists of LeBron.
Same.
MJ.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem.
Yep.
Magic. Bill Russell. That is my 5 right there.
Totally fair.
I love Kobe. The defense hurts him a little bit. He wasn't the best defensive player. He wasn't a horrible defensive player. He could hold his own.
Yes.
But I think these 5 guys on this list above him were more all-around basketball players, and that is what I look for when I'm answering this question. Kobe is probably one of the greatest competitors of all time. You're right.
Yeah.
That adds. He's amazing. But basketball players, he's not top 5 in my eyes.
Yeah, that's fair. I also wrote some names down. So my big 3 is locked. This is, regardless, it's MJ, Bron, Kareem. That's my 3. They have to be in every top 5 list. 4 through 10 is where it's very hard. You brought up Bill Russell, 11 rings.
Yep.
The most championships of any NBA player ever.
That's why I have him at 5.
That's a hard one to argue, right? Magic, greatest point guard of all time, great scorer, multi-champion, leg show, all of those aspects.
Can play center when you need him.
Can play center, is tall,
unreal.
He's what all of these people thought Ben Simmons was going to be, rightfully so or not, but he did it to the highest level. Larry Bird, another name. Shaq, the most unguardable player ever. Next to Curry, obviously totally different, but you can't, that physicality and level of force that he drives on both sides of the football or on the basketball. Sorry, going back to Aaron Rodgers is tough. And then Wilt Chamberlain, obviously, whose stats you look at, and it looks like some NBA 2K with all the sliders up.
Yes.
So it's hard. This is a hot take, though, that I could be persuaded to agree with. He's probably my 5. But Tim Duncan, I didn't even mention Tim Duncan. There's all of these. Hakeem Elijah.
Hakeem slept. I was about to say Hakeem's one of the most slept on players.
You could just keep going down the list and rattle off like 20 names, and you could legitimately interchange 4 through 10 to me. So this is a take I won't say I agree with, but I could be persuaded to. I'm not offended by this take.
I disagree with the take, but I could be persuaded 100%.
Yeah. But that's a fun one. That unlike the Aaron one where it's like, no.
I'm sorry, but
I just don't see it.
No, this one, it definitely is. That could be a valid answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now we can move on to the next question from our friend Lane, who is a Chicago Bears fan. So this let's preface. The Chicago Bears will win the NFC North. Man, do Do you feel some type of way about this, or
for those of you who know the lore of our channel so far, me and the Bears don't have the best relationship. And I want to take a chance right now to rekindle that relationship.
Oh,
by saying I was hating on you guys a little too much in my predictions video. I disrespected y'all. I won't lie. This take, I disagree with, though. They're not winning the North. They can make the playoffs. I think they can make the playoffs easily. If they could have a good year, if Justin could turn it around, QB, I mean, wide receiver one, DJ Moore turning up, baby. Yep. We'll see if they can do something. But winning the North, man, the Lions are too good, too hot, too new. They're coming up. They're on the come up. Totally. So, and they're the favorites, I believe.
Yeah, they are.
To win it. So
they are. Yeah, I
think they're probably going to win it. But if the Lions don't, I think the Vikings are better than the Bears as well. So
you nailed it.
Tough take, Lane. But I will admit I disrespected you guys, and I apologize.
Wow. Well, first off, it takes a man to admit when he's wrong. So respect. Respect. That's great. Now, I like the Bears, and they're trending up, and I like Justin Fields. I've liked him out of college.
Yeah.
I like this team. I'm not a Packers fan who just is yes, like that's not. I love how competitive. Well, sorry, I don't hate you guys. I'm just, but it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. I'm not trying to be an a-hole, but
Aaron did his thing.
Aaron did his thing, but there is no more Aaron, which is why this is at least. This is open. We don't know what the Packers are going to be this season. I think them and the Bears are probably going to be pretty close in record.
Yeah.
But I really like the Lions, man. I think it's their division to lose. Going back to our record predictions, we both picked the Lions to win this division, I believe. And there's no reason for me to go away from that. And like you said, the Vikings are 2. I have them trending down, but it's still Kirk Cousins. It's still
Jay Jettas,
the best receiver in football. They have a solid enough playoff level defense. So for that reason, this is a long shot, but we also don't know with the Lions. They haven't done it before. So
they haven't.
Until they do it, this division is open.
Yeah.
But this would surprise me. This would surprise me a little bit.
100%. So. I don't see a world where this happens, but
no. But I respect it. I love being this excited for your team. So
I love it. I'm excited about the Patriots. So I love it.
Yeah, you are. You should have thrown it that take. I should have put it in here of the Patriots will make the playoffs. And that could have been your take to defend. That would have been great, but too late.
Too late.
We move on now to another football take. Another team that someone has making the playoffs. But this time it's the Las Vegas Raiders. This comes from Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Not winning the division, but making the playoffs nonetheless. We both were relatively low on them. Not like worst team in the league low, but on them. Is there any change of heart for you? Could you see them making the postseason?
I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna open up my shell here. I'm gonna step outside my comfort zone here a little bit. Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna be open and honest with everybody in here.
Oh. Okay.
I am very, very, very high set on the Patriots and their season, but let's just say things go wrong and everyone else is right.
Sure.
The Raiders could be that 7th team, I think.
Yeah.
I actually do. I like their team. I was talking to a couple guys earlier today, a couple Raiders fans, and pointed out something to me. A lot of their losses were single possession games.
Yeah.
They were in a lot of close games with a lot of good teams. Their season last year could have been a lot different.
They were reverse Vikings.
Yes.
That's what it was, yeah.
So I think they could really make the playoffs if they turn some of those 1-point losses into wins, and they can with the pieces that they got. So Marcus Peters pick up on defense because they have one of the worst interception defenses in the league, I believe. So he's going to help them out a lot. So I do see this happening. I'm going to, again, say I was wrong in the NFL video.
Wow. A
Two
lot
times.
of growth, Moses.
I'm growing.
I respect it. I respect it. I don't see it, and the only reason is it's the AFC. It's
AFC stacked.
So legitimately, like, the worst team in the AFC, for example, you could say the Texans, the Colts. That is not a bad team. They're is solid. Team that could make the playoffs. They could go 9-8, 10-7, and it would be like, wow, all right, no surprise there. So anything is possible. If the Raiders were in the NFC, I'd agree. Yeah, but it's so stacked, man. You in this division, you have to play the Broncos twice. Yep. Sean Payton there. That's a tough team who's hopefully going to bounce back.
Yeah, sure, they're not going to be as bad as last year is what I was going to say.
Yeah, yes.
You'd hope.
You'd really hope, because if not, it's going to get really ugly for them. You get the Chiefs twice a year, who
that sucks.
Hot take. They're really good. They're a pretty good team.
They're pretty solid.
And the Chargers, who are a playoff team. So
it's tough, man. I know.
Games right there.
That's tough. That's why I said 7th seed, is because that's the only I see them slipping in last second, maybe one win in the season. They had the tiebreaker here. Yeah. So it's going to be a very tight window, but the AFC is loaded, man. The AFC is really freaking good. So,
So similar to the Bears take for me, this is possible. Like, this isn't a blasphemous take, but I just think you're like rolling a rock up a hill. Like, that's really difficult to do.
Yeah.
But not impossible. They have the talent there to be decent. So we'll see. We now bounce back to the NBA.
This is good.
Mr. CP3, C3PO. This comes from the homie Elijah. Chris Paul is not a top 5 point guard all time. Agree? Disagree? What's your take here?
Zay, I'm gonna flip it back to you. I want to hear your take first, because I have mine. But what you got for me?
To be honest, I agree, and this isn't even a take that I find super hot, but I agree. Let me just read. I want to read you a couple names and see if you agree that they're better than Chris Paul or not.
Okay, because I have my 5.
Okay, perfect. Magic. Okay, there's one. Curry.
Yes.
Oscar Robertson.
Yes. 1, 2, 3 so far for me.
Isaiah Thomas of the Pistons.
4. Yes, that's 4.
Okay. The logo, Jerry West. Tough one. Totally different eras
for me. This is where it gets tough for me. I'm gonna point guard. For me, obviously I've never gone and watched Jerry West highlights.
Full film. Yeah.
But for me, like, based off of like 2K stats, I feel like he was more of a shooter. So for point guards, I got Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about basketball players. Point guards, I got Chris Paul.
Respect. I'm not mad at that. John Stockton.
Yes, John Stockton's better than Chris Paul.
It's another guy who never won a ring. It's a good comp. And then Bob Cousy, the last name I wanted to bring up of the Celtics. 6 rings and an MVP for him.
Bob Cousy, man, he was quite the player. He did only know how to dribble like this.
Yep,
but
again, it's the hard thing with going through eras, but That's why I had to include, Jerry West and Kuzi and some other older players.
I'd probably take Chris Paul again. It's kind of making me realize I feel like the point guard game, it's just more.
It's so different.
It's more like, yes, like Curry, like it's more what's the word I'm looking for? Built nowadays for point guards. Obviously, it was a big man's game back in the day. So it's a hard question, but I'd probably take Chris Paul over Bob Cousy, unfortunately.
Okay. So do you agree with this take or not? Well, what's your
Nope. So you listed my 4 in order: Magic, Steph, Oscar, Isaiah.
Okay.
And then I got John Stockton at 5. Okay. I think John Stockton's better than Chris Paul.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly think that is the best way to answer this. Just read off names. Is their resume better? For me, he's not in the tier of Magic. He's not close. He's not in the tier of Curry. He's not close. He's not in the tier of Oscar Robertson. Not close. Isaiah Thomas, not really close. And I like Chris. This isn't meant to be like gang up on Chris Paul. It's just look at the resume. Like Bob Cousy, you can say what you want. He was born in the time he was in. It's the same thing with Bill Russell. It's the same thing when you evaluate any of those players throughout sports history. They didn't pick when they were born.
Yep.
Yeah, they played janitors, but they didn't pick that, man.
Was it their choice?
It wasn't their choice, and he went on to win 6 rings and an MVP.
So
you could say what you want. You can put Chris Paul in that era, and that's whatever. But I'm evaluating off resume.
Oh, dude, Zay, I'm so stupid. What? This question is not. I agree. Okay. I agree with this.
Okay.
I thought Chris Paul. I agree with this. Yes. Okay. This is a hot take.
That's what this one. This is the least hot take so far. I'll say because.
No, but I get it. Because Chris Paul is point God, our generation. Yes. I get it. So my fault, Elijah.
Yeah.
But
no,
I agree with you. I agree with him. He is not. Yes.
Yeah, and obviously in this video, because this is going to be part 1 of 2, and we're going to do these more down the line. There's varieties of hot takes. So this one's like. There's a little
sizzle. Yes, sir.
Because it's like, no, a lot of fans would have him in their top 5.
Yeah.
Like 100%. That he's in the convo.
A casual fan would have him in their top 5.
Yeah. But for me, that's not.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to say one that I'm going to say
Russ.
Thank you.
Give me Russ, actually.
Thank you.
Chris Paul's 7.
Thank you. I was gonna bring up a guy who is slandered a lot now.
I love it, Zay.
A lot. And not to make this a whole Westbrook love affair thing, but they both have no rings.
Yep.
So that argument's not there. The MVP one. Guy who averaged triple-double multiple seasons.
Okay, and then Chris Paul hasn't even he made it to the finals? The Suns lost.
The Suns, yeah.
Yes. Yep. But Russ, they made it to the finals too and lost to the greatest player ever, probably. So that wasn't really that's a
and
tough.
It was a young team.
Young, yes. That's a respectable finals loss. Chris Paul, he's obviously there's been the Clippers the injury. That one sucked. They probably were going to go on to win, but stuff happens, man.
It's a part of the sport, sadly. But just another name that I didn't write down that my brain went.
I love that, Zay, because I am 100% taking Russ.
Yeah. So, okay. I again, Chris Paul's probably in my top 10. Is in my top 10. I'd say pretty,
comfortably.
Comfortably, yes. Thank you. But top 5 is that's the elite.
Yes.
Multiple MVPs, championships, best players on their team. That's how I evaluate
assist leaders, steal leaders.
Yes. And Chris Paul is great and an incredible passer, just an amazing assist man, but not a guy that, I feel comfortable putting ahead of some of those other guys. So
100% valid.
We stick now with the NBA. Camden came through. Mr. Jaylen Brown is overrated. Obviously, both of us are Celtics fans. But do you want to tackle this one first, or would you like me to?
Jaylen Brown is not overrated.
Yeah.
He is not overrated. I don't agree with this one at all. Does Jaylen Brown not have any clutch ability right now? No, he hasn't shown it.
Yeah.
He can't step up in the big moments. Obviously, everyone has their games or two where he dropped 40 and we won in the regular season or something. But when it matters, he has struggled. So that's why people probably say, oh, he's overrated. He's overrated. He's you know how good he is. He's a two-way freaking beast, all-NBA selection, all-star. He's not overrated. But if this question was, is Jaylen Brown a number one or something?
No. On a title team, no.
On a title team, hell no. Yeah, he could be a number one on like a Piston. He could get points up, lead a squad. But on a title contending team, hell no, he is not going to be a one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I fully agree with your take. And my measurement is overrated. How?
Yeah.
Does anyone have Jaylen Brown in the top 10? Anyone? Have you ever seen anyone put him in that? Top 15, maybe? Top 20, sure.
Top 20,
that's
probably.
His range.
Yeah.
He's a number 2. Like, overrated. Who on a list is putting him ahead of Ja Morant, putting him ahead of Luka, Giannis, Tatum, any of those guys? I don't see it. So to me, I don't see him as overrated because I feel like he's rated pretty fairly.
True.
Like,
I feel like people see oh yeah, he can go off and do this, but he also can't dribble sometimes, and he also screws his team over.
Yep.
I feel like it's a pretty
I feel like it's an even mix, and I've had my issues with Jaylen Brown. I have obviously in the heat of the moment.
I've said some things that I didn't mean.
I didn't mean, man. But it's how it was. So obviously, I'm not someone who's like, no. I totally disagree. I could see it. My thing is, I don't see how he's overrated because I don't see anyone rating him top 10 even.
True.
So, like 15 to 20 is his range.
Yeah.
That's how most people would probably assess him. So that's why I would disagree with this take. But appreciate the question, Camden.
We do appreciate it, Cam.
This one is a 2-parter from Evan. It was one, but we split it up. Evan, who was a guest on our live stream for the NBA draft, came through with 2 takes. The first one, Daniel Jones will be an MVP finalist this season. Has the rushing ability, was on a playoff team last year. What do you think?
Again, I'm going to say, for those of you who follow the lore on this channel, you know that I think highly of Daniel Jones because he's my dynasty quarterback. So, do I hope this take hits? Yes, I do. Do I personally think this take hits? No. There is way too many better quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Way too many other options with better receiving options, better supporting cast. The Giants, I think they're going to be a playoff team, but they don't have the best receiving core. So Daniel Jones would have to have a pretty damn near perfect season for this to hit. And I don't think I see that happening. But I hope you're right, Evan. Zay.
I love it. Well, he has two things going for him. One, MVP is a quarterback award. So if you are a starting quarterback, you're in the top 32 by default, because that's how this works now. He has a better chance than Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. Do I think that's right? Absolutely not. That's how it is, though. So could he be in the mix? Yeah. Could he win it over Mahomes? Could he win it over Hurts? Could he win it over Herbert? Could he win it over any of those guys? Josh Allen. I just don't see it. Burrow, thank you. There's so many names that I would just project ahead of. Yeah, Prescott has just because
the Cowboys are making it to the NFC Championship and all that. So
well, yep. Again, should have had your hot takes in this. I should have clipped them and grabbed them and thrown them in. But yeah. Honestly, as crazy as this is, and maybe this take is wrong, it might increase his hopes if Saquon sits. Because that's more rushing attempts for Danny.
Yes.
That's more yards. That's more passing attempts.
Who's their backup right now? Kenneth Gainwell?
Yeah, they have Kenneth Gainwell, Gary Brightwell. Shout out Kobe, because it's a big Gary Brightwell fan. But that it's not going to be enough to. Saquon demands a workload because he's so good.
Yeah.
Those guys don't demand it. You run the ball because it's a fundamental part of football. But your quarterback can scramble. It's Vanilla Vic, baby.
He's so fast. He's actually insanely fast.
So, I think it's possible, but I don't have him in my top 5.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have
probably not top 10.
Yeah.
So,
But I hope you're right.
I hope so too. For your sake in Dynasty.
Thanks.
I
need
it. This hits. I hope this hits. The next Evan take was who he is a Packers fan. So that's the preface. Jordan Love will lead the Packers to the NFC Championship.
Take it away.
Okay.
Take it away.
Now, I hope so. I will be insufferable through our podcasting over the course of football season through the playoffs. If we make it to the chip in the NFC chip in Jordan Love's first year as the official starting quarterback of the Packers.
Can I just interject real quick?
Of course.
You want to know who did that, Zay?
Go ahead.
The greatest football player ever, Tom Brady. Jordan Love is Tom Brady 2.0. This takes hitting. Okay. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I love it. I'll let you finish.
So listen, in my wildest dreams, I hope this hits.
Yep.
When I wake up from those dreams and I'm forced to face the cold, hard reality of the world that we live in, sadly, I don't see it. The Eagles are better than us. The Cowboys, probably better than us. Yeah.
Probably.
Well, I mean, Jordan Love is Tom Brady 2.0. Sorry.
Okay, you're right.
So you have two takes going. So it's tough. You're like, which one? The Niners are our kryptonite. They're better than us. We also have to make the playoffs for this to hit.
That's going to be the kicker, to be honest.
So that's this would have been a hot take to say the Packers make the playoffs. That's and maybe I could agree. To say we're going to make the playoffs and win multiple playoff games.
Because it would be the wild card round, because you guys aren't going to be, and then the divisional round, and then
making it to the chip. I think the road's too hard. I honestly think that's it. You obviously are not a Packers fan. Do you feel differently for some reason, or?
So I'll give you some optimism as we've touched on.
Okay, we like that.
NFC is a little bit weaker.
True.
So if this was an AFC and the Packers were in that, they would probably be looking at I don't know if they call it a lottery pick in the NFL, but a lottery pick.
That's what it would be, yeah.
Yep. So they got that going for them, but I unfortunately don't think Jordan Love will lead you guys to the NFC chip. But I think Jordan Love's going to be a great quarterback in the NFL, and I think the Packers should be optimistic about the future.
Yeah. And on that is the ultimate point I agree with. I'm not going to go on I'm going to spare everyone having to listen to a Packers rant, but my mentality this whole season is it's less about wins and losses, and obviously that is very important. It's more about, can Jordan Love be the franchise quarterback? Can he 100%. Be the quarterback of this team the next 5-10 years? And that's what the Packers have to figure out. Can he do it? If not, and he sucks, guess what, Caleb Williams? We're coming for you. Guess what, Drake May? We're coming for you. If not, it's okay. We have our quarterback. Let's build around him as much as we can with the roster we have. So that's my little take, but I don't see this happening. I wish, but I don't see it.
I love the optimism from our friends and their NFL teams.
I do too. I would be saying the same thing. So I'd say Super Bowl, just to make it even worse. If I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be wrong, man.
100%. That's what I'm. Yeah. If I'm going to be wrong, at least I was all in.
Exactly. The last take, and I saved this for last because we have, again with the lore, we've had some comments about the Commanders.
We have history.
Fair or not. But Noah came through with the Washington Commanders will have a winning record this season. So 9-8 or better. Both of us had them going below 500, correct?
Mine was pretty disrespectful under 500. I'm pretty sure it was a 4-win season.
I think yours was 4 and mine was 6 wins, 6 or 7, somewhere in there. Since you had the take last time that said some words about this team, how about you go first? What have you got?
Well, I also want to say that you followed up I let it off. I'll agree, I let it off, but you followed it up. So it's a good segue into it.
That's true. But that's true.
I've been wrong twice now, but 3 strikes you're out. I'm not wrong here. I hit a home run the first time. The Commanders are gonna suck. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You know, the thing I love about this take the most is that Noah is a Vikings fan. And you know what's funny about that? There isn't a Commanders fan to comment this because they don't exist.
It's back. It's back. I mean, you're right, dude. All of these teams that we've been talking about, it's been from a fan of the team. This is the first team that there wasn't a fan for.
You had Lane, Bears. He's a Bears fan. Okay, so you had that. You had Mike with the Raiders fan. Evan with the Packers. He's a Packers fan. And then you had Noah with the Commanders. He's a Vikings fan. So I don't know if he's trying to get an in with some of the Commanders fandom. I bet it's crazy over there, man.
Wow. That is too good, dude.
But
so I think I might know your answer.
So, listen, I said it the first time around after because these are jokes. I literally have no problem, but the thing is, we've started this, so it's a thing now.
I've never had an issue with the Commanders, with the previous name that they had that I'm not going to say just in case they get banned. You know, I've never had an issue with them. They've never done anything to me. They've never done anything to the Patriots that I can remember. But I guess I just had a spot that something snapped.
Something snapped. And okay, if I'm answering this honestly, it's possible. Like, they're not a bad team. They just have tough division. You get the Eagles, who are the best team in the NFC, in my opinion. You get the Cowboys, who are okay. And then you get the Giants, who are also a playoff level team.
All three of those teams make the playoffs. So, sorry, Commanders.
So it's tough. My big thing is the quarterback area they're dealing with is such a big question mark that I can't feel confident about it. And the best thing, Mo, what's going to happen? Sam Howell is going to go ballistic, and the Commanders TikTok team is going to like post this clip next year, and we are going to be decimated over this. Our credibility will be gone. So,
yeah, because obviously not that many people are talking about them. So there's not a lot to choose from. They're probably going to pick us.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the how many other people are talking about the Commanders in July 7th of this year?
I feel like we have to be the first people all day who've said the name.
100%. Without a doubt. So,
wow, man. That is unreal.
This is our thing now.
It's on site with the Commanders.
It's on site. But I listen, Commanders, in all honesty, the defense is good. You got to stay healthy. Chase Young has to stay healthy. The quarterback, you just don't know what way that's going to swing. There's too many question marks for me to feel confident enough about a team that has to play in the division that they do. So
100%.
Who knows? 100%. But I ultimately disagree with this take, as does Moses. So ding, ding, ding. That is a conclusion to part 1 of this. The next video will be up Monday. So if your question wasn't in this, it could be in the next video. We appreciate all of you for commenting, for DMing, for all of that. Of the love has been great. We say it all
means
the time,
a ton, dude. Yeah, but no, we can't say it enough. You guys are helping us out a ton. Without you guys, we wouldn't have these video ideas because we're not the most creative we're duo in the bunch, but we can get by.
Yeah, we're riding coattails of our subscribers and followers, so it's pretty great. With that being said, song of the pod time, Mo.
Song of the pod.
Have you got something?
Okay. I do got some. Oh, which direction do I want to go? This is the first time I want to go. Zay, you go first. Go first, please.
Here's my hot take. It's not really hot, but here it is. My song of the pod is Takeover by Jay-Z. Here's the hot take. I believe that Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. It's not really that hot of a take, but
I might agree with you. I might be right there.
Discography, incredible. Bars, incredible. Legacy, incredible. Beyonce, incredible. Come on, bro.
Come on.
So,
Peter. I love it. A little Hove action.
Hove, baby. What have you got, Mo?
I'm gonna switch it up though from Hove.
Okay.
Quite the switch up.
Okay.
Little bit of that pink tape for you. Little Uzi Vert. Suicide Doors. Rock beat, but if you're in the mindset, everyone, it's heat.
Yep.
So that's my song.
Here's a take I agree with you on. It's the best song on the pink tape, in my opinion.
Dude, it's so good.
Arca on the production. Shout out Arca. Arca produced a ton of tracks off Yeezus, and Yeezus is my favorite Kanye album. So there we go. There's some music lessons for the listen, music. Bro. If you're on here, we're sprinkling little like
just a little
just
a little bit. We're upgrading your music playlist. If you stick with us, we're upgrading. You're gonna be right. You're gonna be right by the end of the summer. So
I'm saying. Yep. So unless you're a Commanders fan, in that case, we understand if you don't listen to us. Like, to be 100%. Honest,
like
I wouldn't listen.
We're losing out on fans, right? By doing what we're doing.
We are for no reason.
for literally
for no reason. We are Celtics fans who don't go this hard on the Warriors. But for some reason, the Commanders do it for us. But that's the video for the day. Thank you all for tuning in, for liking, for subscribing, for commenting, for giving us the ideas, sharing. We hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace out.
Have a great weekend, everyone. See ya.
See ya.